So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion or would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Ricardo Lewis with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. And I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been. But it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on 1st down. Michael. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Reuben Foster in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on 2nd down. Michael, he's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Detroit! Detroit!
Off the play fake. Michael. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And got his man complete. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And they'll run it here. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Michael got his man complete over the middle. It's Ingram. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, That'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
They go play action here on first down. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. This is first and goal from about the 8. Now they'll run it on the toss. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Looking to throw. Michael. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball, the hands of the quarterback, into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
Over!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it two different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Noah Spence in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. He'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
Now they try the right side here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. To throw on second down. Michael. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
56, Mike, 56.
Operating from the gun. Michael. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Ricardo Lewis with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Off play action. Michael. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
The Bucs on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, Michael. Airing this one out for Evans. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And now running right through it. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Forced out to his left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And shoving through the tackle. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll look to throw. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open.